makes you self-made? What makes you an achiever? What makes you have a vision? What makes you have an attitude? What makes you have these goals? What makes you to embrace? And finally, what makes you a savage?
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the show of Savage Talk. Welcome to Savage Talk. I am your humble host, DeMarcus Savage, the leader of Savage Production. This is actually my first time doing my podcast by myself. Recently I've done a podcast before with a friend of mine, but I figured I'd go ahead and do one for you guys, just to see what this show goes on. Anywho, the purpose of the show is basically just talking about anything that's going on in the media today, sports, news, music, all type of stuff. And the purpose of the show is also it's a judgment free zone, meaning we don't judge people for how they are or for what we expect or something like that. Now, usually on a podcast, you have to have a guest at this time, but I figure I go ahead and do y'all the introduction of it. So, without further ado, let's get to the topic. Y'all probably asking yourself, DeMarcus, what made you wanna start your own podcast? Well, after taking some time to get myself together and viewing what's going on in the world right now, I figure I'd get my own opinion on things and other stuff. To remind everybody, this podcast is judgment free zone. So if you don't like the podcast, you can go ahead and flick your channel into something else on YouTube or something like that. But if you're a listener and you are new to this channel that I just made, or you're new to this and you're a new listener, you're welcome to listen anytime. You can hear my voice at this time being. So today's topic, I want to talk about the WWE's WrestleMania. It is tonight. If you got ESPN Unlimited, get it right now before the show starts. As for Saturday's matchup, we got to kick off the six-man tag team match between the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and ISO Speed versus Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. The fatal four-way match for the women's tag team championship. The Intercontinental Championship match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. The ring general Gunther versus the visionary Seth Freaking Rollins, and the women's world champion Stephanie Vaquero goes up one-on-one against Liv Morgan at WrestleMania. And in the main event of WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Championship is going to be the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, and by his side, Pat motherfucking McAfee. He's still a bitch, though. Still a bitch. And as for tomorrow's WrestleMania Sunday, we got Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar in a six-pack ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship. The Demon Finn Balor comes back after 3 years to go after Dominic Mysterio. And in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, the OTC will go one-on-one with the best in the world in the main event of WrestleMania. That's crazy. Next, for the NBA, the playoffs bracket is looking really, really steep at this time being. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification for new episodes coming out. Don't know when I'm going to post them. You never know. Anyways, for the playoffs games, we got the Thunder going up against the Suns, the Lakers going up against the Rockets, Nuggets going up against the Wolves, Spurs against the Trailblazers, and on the other side of the East, we got the Pistons versus the Magic, Cavs versus the Raptors, Knicks versus Hawks, and the Celtics versus the 76ers. That's going to be one hell of a game. Make sure y'all go ahead and tune in for tonight's game. Anywho, on that subject, before I go ahead and sign off right now, I know this is a short episode, quick, but I gotta keep things short and sweet because I don't want YouTube banning it. But on that note, before I go, I'm gonna do y'all some piece of advice of stuff. Listen, don't be afraid to try something new. Okay, it took me a while for this podcast to go ahead and start, but I figure I'd go ahead and jumpstart it and do it anyway. So don't be afraid to try something new. Okay, and always remember this: no matter what, no matter how many times you try something new, you might run into haters, but don't let the haters get the best of you, okay? So just be yourself. That's all I got to tell y'all. All right, guys, this is the first episode of my podcast, so I hope y'all enjoy. There will be more to come, and hopefully I might get a guest sooner here. But for now, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button for new episodes coming out. So to stay fly, stay savage, the Marcus Savage signing off and out of here.